Denise Richards spent years saying she would never get a facelift because her face was part of her career. Now she is the one sharing the before and after photos herself. On March 21st, 2026, Richards and Beverly Hills plastic surgeon Dr. Ben Talley posted side-by-side images of results from facial procedures she underwent about 8 months earlier, turning a private decision into a very public celebrity conversation. Before we go further, subscribe, like, and share to support Starline Daily for more celebrity updates and trending entertainment news. The first real question in this story is why Denise decided to go public now. One day before the photos appeared, she had already explained in a public interview that this was the first time she had cosmetic surgery on her face, and she admitted she was terrified to do it because audiences have known her look since her 20s. For someone whose image has been part of her brand since films like Wild Things and The World Is Not Enough, that made the choice feel bigger than an ordinary beauty update. What changed, according to Denise, was not a desire to become someone else. She said she had been focused on her neck for a long time, and after about 2 years of going back and forth, she started to feel that if she was going to address one area, the rest of her face had to stay in balance with it. That is when the decision moved from something she feared to something she felt ready to do. The procedures publicly described were more extensive than a single facelift. In the joint post and in her interview, the work was identified as a facelift, along with a temporal brow lift, upper blepharoplasty, a lip lift at the outer corners of her mouth, and fat grafting. Richards later said the results were the best thing she could have done for herself, while also making clear that her goal was not to look 20 years old, but to look like herself. The timing is also part of the story. Richards said she underwent the facelift while already taking time away to recover from revision breast surgery after an earlier implant-related injury, and that helped her finally move forward instead of postponing the idea again. In her telling, if she had waited much longer, fear might have changed her mind. Another layer that makes this more than a standard transformation story is the reaction from her family. Denise said her older daughters were initially unhappy that she wanted the procedure and told her she did not need it. She later said they came around once they saw that she still looked like herself. She also connected that disagreement to an earlier moment when she discouraged daughter Sammy Sheen from getting a nose job at a young age, saying she viewed restoring age-related changes differently from altering a young face. Then there is the issue of why she chose to be this candid. Denise said part of it was practical. A facelift is not something she felt she could fully hide. But she also said that women her age often want honest information about what public figures are actually doing. And she suggested that the culture around cosmetic procedures has changed since the 1990s, when people were much less open about them. She also said the facelift had already been exposed during her divorce, which pushed her toward speaking openly in her own words. That openness may be the most significant part of this story. Denise is not presenting the surgery as effortless, magical, or consequence-free. She described the anxiety, the recovery, the swelling, and the need for realistic expectations. At the same time, she has said she has no regrets, and that the result gave her confidence during a difficult period in her life. For now, the clearest update is simple. Denise Richards has publicly confirmed her facelift and related facial procedures, shared before and after photos herself, and said she is happy with the outcome. The remaining public conversation is less about whether she had the surgery and more about how unusual it still is for a longtime celebrity to discuss it this directly. Thanks for watching, and thank you for supporting Starline Daily.